Hi all, and welcome back to the channel. Robot Entertainment just released Endurance Mode in Orcs Must Die Deathtrap. It's meant as a replacement for the Endless mode that many of us, me included, really want. I've been playing it for a while now, and today I'll tell you if I think it's a good replacement. As always, I'll do this without wasting your time with pointless filler. The short version? Not yet, but it might be in the future because it has a lot of potential. Let's start by quickly going over what Endurance Mode actually is. If you want to skip this, check the timestamp in the description. Endurance Mode is basically a replacement for the old Endless idea, but with a clear structure. Instead of going on forever, each Endurance run is 25 waves on a single map. The mode skips the easy early waves by starting at difficulty 10, and then enemy health and damage scale up every 7th wave until the end. You still get a go break after every round, so it feels like one long mission where you steadily build out your kill box. Each map begins with 20 rift points and 16 barricades, and distortions are applied depending on the map and the difficulty you choose. They're not fixed. The goal isn't global leaderboards, but just beating your own high score, either solo or with friends. And if you want a bigger challenge, you can also play nightmare versions that crank the difficulty up to 20 and add harsher distortions like no revives, slower overdrive, and doubled rift loss. Now first, the good. You really do need to think more about your kill box again. You're planning it out, considering the synergies between traps, and adjusting your strategy as you go. That core reason we play these games is stronger than ever in this mode. So on that point, I'd say the developer achieved their goal. Secondly, Endless Mode always started very boring, and this skips that part.
It makes restarts feel a lot less like a slog, which is a great improvement. But now for the bad. There are 3 big problems with Endurance right now. The first is how threads and distortions work between matches. They're supposed to shape your strategy, but instead they feel random and unbalanced. One run might offer you just 2 new barricades, while the next might throw you 20,000 coins. Even if you spend that only on magical barricades, that's 6 of them with cash to spare. It gets even stranger when you see options that double every barricade you own, or buffs for traps that don't even exist on the map you're playing. And these can show up in the same drop. Lastly, there's a thread that gives you 10% more damage per rift point you lose. That is huge, but also means that if it doesn't come up, you're suddenly a lot weaker. The result is that success feels tied to luck, when it should really be about choice, variety, and properly synergizing the right options with the right traps. The second problem is tied to trap effects themselves. Many of the most important synergies are still locked behind threads. For example, the 50% bonus fire damage on tar traps only exists as a thread. So if you've built your traps around tar and fire, you're stuck hoping that thread shows up. And if it doesn't, your whole plan just falls apart. That level of RNG makes combos unreliable, when really they should be the core of the mode. The last big problem is the lack of leaderboards. I'm just not as interested in beating my own high score as I am in beating other players' scores. I know cheating is an issue, but there must be ways to solve it. Leaderboards just make everything more interesting. Those are the 3 main issues.
And before I get into that, let me know in the comments what you think of this mode so far. The good news is that at least the first 2 issues are fixable. This is way more of a balancing thing than a content or game mode problem. Because the mode itself really does trigger the same feeling that made me put more than 1,000 hours into Orcs Must Die 3. So I have high hopes the developer will improve it further. To summarize, the positives are that it makes you think harder about your kill box and trap synergies, and it skips the slow, boring early waves that held Endless back. The negatives are that threads and distortions feel too random, key trap synergies rely too heavily on RNG, and the lack of leaderboards hurts motivation. The good news is that the balance issues seem fixable. And since the mode already captures what makes Orcs Must Die fun at its core, there's solid potential if Robot keeps refining it. Just as a reminder,
I still recommend buying the game overall. It's very cool, and if you want it cheaper, check the instant gaming link in the description. That's it. If you like videos that don't waste your time, please consider liking and subscribing. Regardless, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.